Thanks for joining us here. It's the May morning news. We just got 8 o'clock in the morning here in Beijing. I'm James Chow. The 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, along with Japan and South Korea, have agreed on a draft resolution in response to the recent nuclear test carried out by the DPRK. My colleague Yang Yan has all the latest from New York.
All 15 council members met behind closed doors on Wednesday to discuss the draft resolution proposed by the 7 nations. The Security Council is expected to adopt the resolution within 24 to 48 hours after some council members consult their capitals. Diplomats to the meeting said the draft resolution is a strong, credible and appropriate response.
This situation is very clear. We are doing it with a heavy heart, and as we believe other members of the P5 and P5+2, because having sanctions and things like that is not our choice, but a certain political message must be sent, and some measures must be taken, because we are facing a very real situation of proliferation risks in this context.
The 34-paragraph draft resolution includes a range of punitive measures that will severely curtail loans and money transfers to the DPRK, as well as an arms embargo. Japan's ambassador to the UN said the additional sanctions will have an extremely important impact.
I think financial control is extremely effective. As you may know, I don't go into detail, but whatever you do, sell or buy, whatever, the money is involved.
The draft resolution urges the DPRK to come back to the 6-party talks and the country's nuclear issue without preconditions. And the draft also requires UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon to create a panel of experts to monitor the enforcement of the sanctions. Yang Yan, CCTV.
Also, a top official says the United States will do whatever is necessary for the security of its allies, but he said Tuesday that Washington has no plans to invade the Democratic People's Republic of Korea or to overthrow its government by force. U.S. Special Envoy Stephen Bosworth was speaking in New York at the annual dinner of the Korea Society. He also called on Pyongyang to return to the 6-party talks.
Notwithstanding North Korea's recent actions, we and our partners in the talks remain open to meaningful dialogue and serious negotiation. As we have indicated to Pyongyang, the United States also remains open to bilateral dialogue and negotiation as part of this multilateral effort.
Meanwhile, Pyongyang and Seoul will meet on Thursday in the DPRK town of Kaesong. South Korea says the security of its nationals currently living in the border area is its major concern. Wu Peng takes a look.
The talks will focus on the Kaesong Industrial Park. The ROK's Unification Ministry spokeswoman Lee Jong-ju says her government believes various issues have to be discussed without damaging the Kaesong Industrial Complex competitiveness. And security of South Koreans there is a major concern.
We cannot separate our people's security issue from the issues of preservation and development of Kaesong Industrial Complex. We believe they must be discussed in a proper format.
Meanwhile, a ROK company has decided to pull out from the industrial complex. The company said security issues were behind the decision to pull out of Kaesong. It would be the first ROK company that stops operations at the complex in the town of Kaesong. In late March, the DPRK detained an ROK man working at the complex for allegedly denouncing the DPRK's political system. Relations between the two sides have deteriorated since then. Wu Peng, CCTV.
Well, that wraps up the first part of this program. Let's go now to a commercial break. When we come back, these stories and much more.